Hey everyone, Cheoff Geoff. Welcome to my kitchen. All right, let's talk Sunday brunch. We've all done it before. We've all lined up in the frigid cold with a whole whack of hipsters, just waiting to get into that fancy dancy brunch spot. Today, if you want to think like a chef, what we're going to try to do is bring the restaurant experience home to you. So today we're going to make my favorite Benny. It's a BLT Benny with homemade Hollandaise sauce. So today we're going to learn about Hollandaise sauce and how to make it and how to plate this really rich, classic, fancy brunch meal. And again, friends, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe, like, share, comment. I'll be putting the recipe in the dialogue box. If you got questions, I'm all ears and I'm always ready to respond. All right, so let's get started here. So a Hollandaise is really just three ingredients to begin with. So we've got some egg yolks here, and I've separated and saved the whites. You can make an omelet with it later on. Got some clarified butter, and we're just gonna work it on the stove here. So what I got is some hot water, and I've added a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and we'll talk about that usage later. So we just want steam, and we're gonna get steam in here, and we're gonna start working these egg yolks, and you just got to be careful that you're just tempering the eggs. What you want to do, you don't want scrambled eggs, you don't want them cooked, you're just bringing them up to temperature and get ready to emulsify. So when you're emulsifying, you're adding oil or butter or whatever it is, so you can incorporate things completely so they don't split. You really got to watch out if you're gonna split. So you're just gonna just slowly add in a little bit of butter, and oh yeah, there we go. See how this goes. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I haven't made Hollandaise in a really long time, so I'm hoping my skills are gonna work out. We'll see how it goes. So we're gonna add a little bit of heat to it. That's coming together. All right, so far so good. I used to make liters and liters of Hollandaise when I was living in Australia, and I was such a pro at it by the end of it. But I gotta tell you, that was, I don't know, 13 years ago, 14 years ago. There we go, looking good so far. We're gonna add just a touch more butter. Yeah, there we go, a little more butter. So at this point, it's starting to get thick, and you're looking on the edges, on the sides. You wanna make sure you don't have kind of scrambled eggs. If this baby splits, well, this is a one-shot recipe, so we'll see how it goes. Just a little bit more butter. Yeah. And then I'm gonna check again and make sure that all the eggs on the edges aren't cooked and everything. All right, so far so good. Remove it from the heat and just add a touch of lemon juice. And really what you're doing, because everything is so rich and thick, you wanna add that lemon juice to brighten it up. There we go. You can already see the color change once you add that in. Perfect, perfect. Okay. A little more butter. And I'm just holding this just above the pot, so you're getting the steam for indirect heat and contact. Let's see how we're doing here. A little more butter. You do want it to be thick, but not to the point where it's like glue. There we go. A little more butter. Please don't split on me. Please, please, please don't split on me. It's been such a long time since I made you. Let's be friends. A little more butter. There we go. I'm gonna add a touch more of the lemon juice right at the end. And again, that's just gonna add a little bit of brightness. Okay, one more shot of butter. If you add all the butter all at once, it'll be too much and it'll split out like right away. Well, it appears I've got a lemon seed in there, but you know what? This is TV and this is what happens. All right, just a touch more butter, one more shot of lemon juice, and we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Okay, last one. Ooh, that was a lot. All right. That may have been too much butter. We'll see what happens. All right. Just gonna add a touch more. So I'm gonna turn this down. I can smell bacon cooking in my oven. I really hope I haven't burned it, so we'll see what happens there. There we go. There we go. Hollandaise is a little thin, but we're gonna roll with it, guys. I probably added just a touch too much of the butter, so I'm gonna try to cook it in just a little bit more. And I'm hoping that this won't be too thin. But if it's a little thin, it's a little thin. What are you gonna do? You gotta roll with it, guys. All right, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna check the bacon. Oh, hello, you smell delicious. All right, we're also gonna start poaching some eggs and we're gonna wilt some spinach. In this water here, I've got, I don't know, about a liter of water and 3 caps of apple cider vinegar. And we're just gonna, oh, didn't even leave the eggs out. Live TV, guys, this is what happens. All right. We're gonna poach these guys down. I'm gonna get a little bit of heat on this. Oh, wrong one. There we go. All right. So the 3 caps of apple cider vinegar, what that's gonna do is allow your egg whites, the proteins in the egg whites, to stick to the yolk. If you were to just throw in your eggs, they would feather and kind of basically explode in the water. You got to make sure you've got a kind of a rolling boil going. One more. There we go. Perfect. Got some focaccia bread working here for toast. Perfect. So we're gonna wilt a little bit of spinach, just some butter, and this is like spinach and kale. This stuff is, so spinach is basically 90% water. 90% liquid, takes no time at all to wilt. All right, in it goes, perfect. Yeah, this is a little thin, but what are you gonna do? Perfect, all right, this is gonna go here. Great. So when I was, whenever I traveled with my partner for the longest time, I had this strange ritual. I would always want to poach eggs all over the planet. So we would always go in search of eggs and try to find some vinegar. And I just had this weird ritual of always wanting to poach eggs. And now my partner doesn't really agree with eggs quite as much as she used to. And so that ritual has kind of come to an end. But I mean, we've done it in Belize, Bahamas, in South Africa, in China, and for some reason it's just brought me so much weird joy, and I can't really explain why I always wanted to do that, but that's all right. Okay, we're gonna check on our eggs here. Perfect. They are almost ready to go. Got a lot going on here, guys, so I'm a little bit in the weeds, but we'll see how it goes. I also wonder what maybe someone can tell me, leave it in the comment box, the origins of the expression "in the weeds," because I'm just kind of dying to know here. Perfect. So when we're poaching eggs, I'm going to get a little bit more heat in here. Okay, they need a little bit of time. Perfect. All right, let's get our focaccia bread and we'll start setting up our BLT Benny here. Perfect. Can't mute out that beeping noise, but that's all right. There we are. So we're going to go a little bit of spinach on the bottom. So the whole idea of this Benny is we're going to take all the components of a BLT sandwich and turn it into a delicious eggs Benny. So instead of lettuce, we got the wilted spinach, but of course we need the bacon and the tomato. We got that all set up, ready to go. 2 pieces of tomato. Alright. So I'm hoping my eggs don't overcook while I'm doing this. They're looking alright. Perfect. Got some bacon. And the best way to cook bacon is put a little bit of parchment, cook them in the oven for 10 minutes at 350 instead of making a big mess on your stove. Alright, we're almost ready to go here. Plating is coming. Alright. Perfect. So when you're poaching eggs, what you're looking for is, you see how it's just kind of moving around like that? You touch it, oh yeah, that's going to be a nice soft egg. Perfect. Always use a slotted spoon to get that excess water out. Gonna drop them down. Oh, you need a little longer. How about you? Oh, you're good to go. And I'm really hoping when I plate this and ready to go, we're gonna have that beautiful yolk just like explode all over the plate. Now you're gonna stay in place, let's be friends. All right. So we're all in quarantine control in our lives right now, and we're all, we're physical distancing. We've got our little bit of social isolation going on. So we know we can't spend a lot of time together, and we don't need to line up anymore. So we can bring this experience to your family at home. Oh yeah, those are looking good. All right. All right. So we got some Hollandaise here. Oh, that turned out good. Perfect. Yeah, it's a little thin. So I added just a touch too much of the butter right at the end. However, you're still gonna get a really nice richness, and you're gonna get that really good flavor from the lemon. But here we go. All right. And last but not least, you just gotta crack your egg and let's see how my poaching technique worked here. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, perfect. It all worked out. All right, friends. BLT Benny with homemade Hollandaise sauce from Cheoff Geoff's kitchen. Cheers.